You're a crab, just doing typical crab things. You're scavenging, you're eating fish, you're walking side to side across the ocean floor, the usual. When out of nowhere, a creature runs up to you and punches you so hard that it cracks your shell. And before you can even process what's going on, it starts to eat you right out of the shell, like some post-graduation meal, just chowing down and celebrating. What creature could be capable of such ruthless behavior? I'm talking about the mantis shrimp. If a lobster had a baby with a mosquito, that's what you're looking at. The first thing you should know about mantis shrimp is that they're divided into two main categories, smashers and spearers, based on their weapons of choice for capturing prey, which are these hands. The club of the smasher and the spear of the spearer stay folded away like mantis arms until it's time to get active. What do I mean by active? These arms fly as fast as 45 miles an hour, delivering 1,500 newtons of force in each punch with accelerations that are comparable to a .22 caliber bullet, which basically means they can go from 0 to 60 in 0.2 milliseconds. Mind you, this is all happening underwater. Do you know how hard it is to throw a punch underwater? Have you ever had that nightmare? Just me? Okay. The fact that this whole throwing punches like bullets thing is happening underwater actually makes it worse. The clubs move so quickly that these things called cavitation bubbles form. Cavitation bubbles are pockets of low pressure that are created when a liquid is moved faster than it can react. These bubbles quickly collapse in a mini implosion, releasing heat and light. So you're being hit with a double dose. The mantis shrimp's original, very hard punch that's comparable to a .22 caliber bullet, and the shockwave, the aftermath of these imploding bubbles that actually heats the water to temperatures comparable to the surface of the sun. All of these details help explain why I saw a video of a mantis shrimp punching a crab so hard that the crab's arm came off. I can now understand why that had happened. This is the most powerful punch in all of the animal kingdom. And I know what you're thinking, okay, punches a crab, crab's arm comes off, but what happens when it punches a human? Great question. It is very painful. It has punched through fabric, gloves, shoes, you name it. Blood. There's usually blood. I can't be involved. Now the smashers, which I just described, the ones with the clubs, they are scavengers and hunters that usually go for hard-shelled creatures. But the spearers are ambush predators. They hide and bury themselves up to the eyeballs, waiting for a soft-bodied creature, a fish, a squid, anything to float by, and then they pop forward, blade first, hooks the creature, and drags it into a hole in the ocean floor, which never sits right with me personally. If getting punched with the force of a bullet sounds horrible, then getting suddenly impaled by a pointy serrated blade is a close second. Now those tucked arms are pretty impressive, but it would be a shame for me to not give honorable mention to the many other appendages that the mantis shrimp has at its disposal. Between their tucked arms, they have several short hooked limbs that are perfect for carving up prey. They also have 6 walking legs, several swimming legs, stabilizer legs, and a tail that's covered in an armored plate. All of this makes for a very fast and agile creature. When you see this thing running across the ocean floor, not only can it move this quickly, it has hands. So where are you gonna go? There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, run up and get done up. All of these abilities, these skills, these tools make the mantis shrimp a great hunter, but it also helps it avoid being hunted. I have seen a mantis shrimp fight off an octopus that is multiple times its size. This thing is like a superhero. It like swims up super fast and then it comes down really fast and bops the octopus, and then it gets away and then it bops it again in another place. I saw it punch an octopus between the eyes and the octopus ran away. It was like, I'm good, bro. I've also seen an octopus get startled when it was walking across the ocean floor and a mantis shrimp just popped out of a burrow. I'm not gonna go this way. Like the octopus like took the long way home. The mantis shrimp popped up like, you already know how we get down. It's not happening. The mantis shrimp is actually equipped with some of the most sophisticated vision in the entire animal kingdom. If you want to see something adorable, just go watch a mantis shrimp reach up and wipe off its eyeballs. It's pretty cute. And let's just stop for a second and appreciate the fact that there's a creature walking around the ocean floor, popping out of holes with googly eyes. Their eyes are divided into 3 parts. The upper and lower parts are for recognizing form and motion, and the middle part specializes in recognizing color. Speaking of color, we humans have 3 color receptors in our eyes for red, blue, and green. The mantis shrimp, on the other hand, has 12 to 16 color receptors. Now, this doesn't mean that it can actually see more colors than humans, but it might mean that it has a quicker time processing information and recognizing things. Unlike human eyes that send information to our brains where it's processed, the mantis shrimp's eyes actually processes the visual information right there in the individual eyes. They can also see UV and polarized light. Most of the light that we see is actually unpolarized. It's made up of different waves that vibrate on different planes at the same time. When light passes through something or it reflects off of something, like fish scales for instance, it becomes polarized, meaning that it stops vibrating on multiple planes and only vibrates on a single plane. Human beings can't really detect that type of light unless we wear something like polarized sunglasses. Researchers think that the mantis shrimp's ability to see polarized light actually helps them hunt. In the medical world, humans are taking inspiration from the mantis shrimp because it turns out cancer cells react much differently to polarized light than non-cancer cells. So there's a group of researchers that are constructing a camera modeled after the mantis shrimp's eyes as an early cancer detection tool. There are 450 known species of mantis shrimp. They all live in burrows and they're all very territorial and extremely aggressive. Not surprisingly, mantis shrimp are not endangered. They have very few natural predators and their fossils date back over 400 million years. That's all for this episode, and if you see a mantis shrimp, just watch out for those hands.